Hello and welcome, my Aries friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my weekly reading for January 19th through the 25th for my Aries friends. So like every week, we're going to be looking at what you can expect for over the next 7 days, those obstacles and challenges, and what's more, those tools and blessings that will help you through the week. The decks I'm using for this reading, I'm going to be using the Everyday Witches Tarot and the Angel Inspiration Oracle again. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Aries friends, let's see what the cards have to say today. What can my Aries friends expect from the week of January 19th through the 25th? Archangel Gabriel. A week of messages and blessings. Archangel Gabriel is a beautiful archangel that will help you see through some of the obstacles and confusion that you've been having over the last couple of weeks. She's going to bring that direction and that needed information. And like always, these are archangels we're looking at. These messages are going to be hidden within plain sight. We need to keep in mind things like those repeated numbers, symbols that are hidden within plain sight, rainbows, feathers, and taking the time to reflect on that immediate response. What do we feel? What do we think? Those immediate responses will help us gain the direction and clarity we're looking for. Where we have a little bit of a challenge is when we start to second guess ourselves and the meaning of the object. You can always ask for clarification. Then again, you're going to have to be just observant to find those messages that the angels and archangels are going to be leaving for you. So the beautiful Archangel Gabriel is going to be overseeing your week and really trying to amplify some of these missed messages that you've been having, my Aries friends. Let's look what else we can find out about this week. What card represents the week of January 19th through the 25th for my Aries friends? Alright, so we've got a number of jumpers. The first one, the Ten of Pentacles. This is one of the family cards, that quintessential, supportive, and the most important, positive family members and friends that are in your life. They have been there for forever for you, and they will continue to be there for you. These individuals play an important role in your life, and some of them are on the physical plane, many are on the astral plane working with Archangel Gabriel. Knowing that you have those passed on loved ones, your astral family, that supportive community is going to give you that strength and grounded energy you're going to need to tap in to Archangel Gabriel and her amazing messages. And then the Five of Cups. Like I said, that direction is going to come through. You're going to have to redirect and refocus your attention. The Five of Cups talks about not focusing in on what you are supposed to and what really is at the heart of the matter. That heart of the matter is right behind you. It's always been there. It's just trying to connect in and receive that message, receive that information. Yes, there are things we're going to have to let go because we haven't been focusing in on the right aspects of our lives and things have misdirected us. Taking that time to reflect and find out what is truly important for us, that's going to help us give that direction that we need, help us connect into Archangel Gabriel. And then we have this beautiful page. Pages are that childlike, innocent energy that is going to help give us that direction. And most importantly, that fun and play. We need the fun and play so that we are able to really find fulfillment in our lives. It's one thing to have direction. However, if you don't have that joy and happiness, our vibration doesn't raise, and we don't have that growth and, well, journey, if you will. When you dread something, we don't want to move forward. We get stuck, and that muck becomes harder and harder to get through because our vibration lowers. That play and fun is going to be imperative. And I won't lie, that childlike, innocent energy, allowing your inner toddler out to really beat out that question and that direction. Why? How come? Question everything. That innocent childlike energy is going to be imperative for this week for you so that you are able to shift. Archangel Gabriel wants to have her message heard, so you're in line more with your soul's deeper journey, and you have that fulfillment and purpose in your life. Let's look at the beginning of the week. What does the beginning of the week look like for my Aries friends? The King of Pentacles. Kings are that fully developed personality. The Pentacle, all about that growth and abundance. The more grounded, the more centered we are, the higher our vibration, the more we're going to be able to receive Archangel Gabriel's information, which is going to give us that ability to manifest and create in our lives. Many of you are going to have that creative burst where, because you are focusing in on that grounded, loving energy of the earth, that you're going to have that creative inspiration, that growth, if you will. We're going to see a little bit of a jump in the beginning of the week. And if you're trying to create or have something produced in your life, the beginning of the week is going to be fantastic for that. Let's go on to the middle of the week. What does the middle of the week bring? My Aries friends. The Six of Cups. Sixes are about harmony and balance. Cups, about that emotion and intuition. When we're looking in the middle of the week, we're looking at more of a reflective time. Like I said here, we're going to have to go and reflect on what it is we've been doing so that we can really steer ourselves and almost to a 180 in some cases on what it is we are trying to achieve. When you take that time to reflect on what you're focusing in on and whether or not it is A, raising your vibration, and B, bringing you that joy and love that you're looking for with purpose and meaning, that's what we're looking at in the middle of the week. Allowing ourselves that time to reflect on and make shifts and minor adjustments as we need. However, the most important thing will be finding those two cups we have been missing. Even if we find one of the two cups, the second cup will sure to follow, especially when we have the inquisition of our inner toddler. What about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring, my Aries friends? The Knight of Cups, giving you that courage and determination to take on some of these challenging aspects, being able to love and nurture ourselves so that we are able to go forward. It takes a lot of courage to overcome that inner darkness, if you will. Some of this will bring up that inner darkness, and we're going to have to face it head on. This Knight shares that adolescent, no fear energy, and that's what we're going to need to embrace at the end of the week so that we're able to make some shifts. This is a time of shifting. This week offers you those energies that will help you embrace that change. Now, this is what the energies look like. So let's start looking at this obstacle. We know that this is what the energies and the week is going to bring. Let's look at what is going to be that big challenge. What challenge will my Aries friends face for the week of January 19th to the 25th? The Magician. The first card in the major arcana. He speaks about our abilities and our natural gifts to use what is around us to make those miracles and magic. Our biggest challenge this week, my Aries friends, is going to be believing in ourselves. That questioning and self-doubt. And I've touched a bit about that, especially when it came to the messages from Archangel Gabriel. When we're looking at receiving those messages, we have to trust that initial gut response. However, that's the response that we question and talk ourselves out of the most. We're going to question our abilities to see the right direction. We're going to question our abilities to actually do what it is we want to do, how we're going to do it, what's going to happen. Trusting in our abilities to create and manifest will really cripple the king. It binds a lot of his power and his passions. It also brings that instability to the pentacle. It starts to unearth and destabilize him. We start to get questioning in what it is we've achieved in the past and whether or not it actually happened. Especially when you're looking at that connection piece, it's so easy to say, I created that in my mind. I imagined it. It didn't happen. And then at the end of the week, of course, questioning our abilities to be able to do what we want to do. So that's going to be the biggest piece. It's going to be our ego telling us we can't. Using all those past experiences, especially in the middle of the week, he'll bring it up to talk about how we couldn't, how things have stopped us in the past. Bringing up those negative, lower vibrational experiences to really dampen the king and the knight. Let's look at ways that we can overcome this though. Because yes, it's one thing for me to say, well, just believe in yourself. It's easier said than done sometimes, especially when your ego starts to pull you down. You start to have that inner conflict and inner discussion about things that are happening. Let's get on to a little bit of a blessing, shall we? What blessing can my Aries friends embrace at the beginning of the week? Seek enlightenment. That desire to move forward, that desire to allow yourself to become unstuck, embracing in what you can believe in. What is it that you've been able to achieve so far, and what have you been able to create? When you look at what you have been able to physically create in your life, that tangible piece that your ego can't talk you out of, that will help you really continue that journey on, seeking more. How can you create more like what you've done in the past? Adding on rather than taking a lot of leaps of faith. Leaps of faith aren't going to be good. We do need to trust in Archangel Gabriel. She'll help you get there. However, we need to take those smaller steps because big steps right now are going to make us stumble. Let's look at, got cards jumping out all over the place. What blessing can my Aries friends embrace in the middle of the week? Gratitude. Giving thanks for all that you remember, all that you have in your life, and looking forward to that more. What more can you bring into your life? Raising your vibrations. Rather than going with your ego in that lower vibration, taking stock and being grateful for what it is you have right in the here and now. And then on to the end of the week. What blessing can my Aries friends embrace at the end of the week? Show justice. Again, it talks about what it is that's right in front of you, that balancing piece. It doesn't matter what your ego brings up, what sharks lie in that tank. Focusing in on that love aspect, that higher vibrational piece, and getting literally black and white with your ego. I have been able to create this in my life. This has happened. These are the people that support me. I enjoy when this happens, when I embrace in this. That black and white and balanced attitude will help to really overcome some of those lower vibrational pieces and negative self-talk that your ego is going to kind of throw up in your face. Let's look at what other supports I can put in there for you. So what other information and guidance can we offer my Aries friends for the week of January 19th through the 25th? Couple jumpers, got an inverted jumper there. All right, so we'll start off with the jumpers. The Five of Swords. That conflicting information, that kind of literally too many cooks in the kitchen stirring the pot. Not only will you have your own inner battles, other people will give you their 2 cents. When we're working from a lower vibration, well, actually when we're working from any vibration, we start to project that out. If we're working from uncertainty and confusion and that low vibration, that's when people start to give you their 2 cents, and they expect you to take that so that they can feel that you are going forward. With it, jump the Five of Pentacles. It's that isolation and alone card where you really feel disconnected. This lower vibrational negative self-talk is really going to impact Gabriel and her ability to share her information. That disconnect is going to play into your ego's negative self-talk. That's why the first card that jumped out was the Ten of Pentacles, that connection piece. Connecting into those positive, supportive people, not the people who are going to talk you down. Those positives and supportive people who will help lift you up. Stay in these high vibrational energies so that you are able to start to receive Gabriel's inspiration and guidance. And it's going to be that guidance that's going to help you trudge through literally this kind of stuck feeling, that isolated piece, trudging through so we can start to embrace that Page and 10, helping us with that connection, helping us stay grounded, and most importantly, helping us stay focused. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This is a time to critically think. Follow your head, not your heart. When you start to follow your head and critically think about what it is your ego is throwing at you, those lower vibrational energies, questioning everything, and not questioning it where you're going to take it to heart and hurt your feelings, because that's heart-led, not head-led. We need to stay in our head so that we are able to go forward. We've got that double Knight. Knights are that adolescent energy, that no fear. And that's what we need right now, is that no fear energy so that we're able to take ourselves forward. Now, like I just said, we had double Knights. Knights are the 12th card in the Minor Arcana. In angel messages, like I said, these angel messages are going to be very important for you, my Aries friends. That double 12, this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening. The more we're able to put in right now, in receiving these messages and not fearing what our ego is putting up, the more we're going to get out of this. Now we also have double fives, they're side by side, the swords and the pentacles. In angel messages, the double five means positive changes coming. You should be excited for this new piece of adventure. I know in tarot the fives are conflictual. However, in angel messages, it's that positive change, that positive shift is coming, and you need to keep going forward. Having the courage to do so is going to be important. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and that you're able to gain some direction and insight into what the week is going to hold for you. Now, if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There's going to be a lot of new additions and evolutions that I'm bringing into my channel. The best way to stay connected and not miss anything is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss any of the healing and wisdom of the higher vibrational beings. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Aries friends.